Dementia currently affects 55 million people worldwide. Because there is no known cure, we naturally assume that protecting ourselves against this cognitive decline requires a drastic and near impossible lifestyle overhaul. We will look at a 28-year study to see exactly why that assumption is wrong. We'll break down the specific biological mechanism inside one common fat that actively shields the brain and detail the exact microswaps you can make in your diet starting tomorrow. The evidence comes from a 2024 prospective cohort study led by nutrition scientist Anjali Tessier and her team at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. To find reliable patterns in cognitive decline, you need an enormous amount of time and data. This research team tracked over 90,000 adults, starting with the Nurses' Health Study in 1990, and followed them for nearly 3 decades, compiling over 2 million person-years of dietary health records. The data revealed a stark correlation. Participants who consumed just over 7 grams of olive oil daily, which is roughly half a tablespoon, showed a 28% lower risk of dying from dementia compared to those who rarely consumed it. Finding a 28% risk reduction from half a tablespoon of oil challenges the notion that cognitive protection is only available to those with a flawless diet. Now, if you look at this data, an obvious variable jumps out. People who regularly use olive oil tend to eat Mediterranean-style diets, full of fresh fish, nuts, and produce. It is easy to assume the oil is a passive marker for a generally healthier lifestyle. But when researchers adjusted for overall diet quality, the results did not change. The 28% drop in dementia mortality held firm, completely independent of whether a participant ate perfectly or poorly. This chart illustrates exactly what that independence looks like. Whether someone strictly followed a healthy eating index or had very low adherence to a good diet, adding olive oil yielded the exact same neuroprotective benefit. This consistent association suggests that olive oil acts as an independent variable, offering neuroprotective properties that function regardless of the other foods on your plate. So, how exactly does this specific fat physically shield our neurons? The answer lies in bioactive compounds called polyphenols. These are powerful antioxidants, like oleocanthal and oleourepin, that hitch a ride inside the fat molecules of the oil. Once consumed, these polyphenols manage to cross the blood-brain barrier. Inside the brain, they go to work actively reducing localized inflammation and neutralizing oxidative stress. This environment is crucial because one of the primary drivers of Alzheimer's disease is the accumulation of amyloid beta plaques, sticky protein clumps that physically form on your neural pathways and block cellular communication. Animal studies suggest that the polyphenols found in olive oil actually prevent these sticky plaques from forming in the first place, keeping the communication lines open. But there is a catch. Olive oil is highly calorie-dense. Overconsuming it can contribute to weight gain and conditions like type 2 diabetes, factors that actually increase the risk of dementia. The most effective approach involves using the oil as a targeted delivery system for polyphenols, rather than increasing total fat intake to a point that promotes weight gain. To maintain a healthy weight while gaining these benefits, the Harvard researchers modeled the effects of swapping olive oil for fats you are already eating. They found that swapping out just 5 grams of mayonnaise each day for olive oil was associated with a 14% drop in dementia mortality risk. Replacing 5 grams of processed margarine lowered the risk by 8%. Swapping out butter or other vegetable oils like corn and canola did not show this same statistically significant protection in this particular analysis. The unique benefit is tied to the olive oil. Your daily target is very simple. Aim for at least half a tablespoon, about 7 grams, of olive oil every day. Choosing extra virgin olive oil typically provides the highest concentration of those protective polyphenols. Make it a habit to use this oil to replace the processed fats on your sandwiches or in your cooking, as the substitution model showed the clearest results. Because this protective effect appears to work regardless of overall diet quality, the swap remains a net positive for your brain, even on days when your other meals are less than ideal. In the effort to ward off neurodegenerative decline, a simple, consistent substitution in the kitchen can be an incredibly potent habit.